Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Manuel. If you're still looking for a unique Christmas present, how about buying your own island? Big Fox's Matt Kleindens tells us there's a hot piece of property up for grabs right now in the middle of the Chemung River.
That's right. Good evening, Ann. Some people are dreaming of a white Christmas for next week, while some people are dreaming of an island property not too far away from me in the middle of the Chemung River.
My friend called me and asked me if I wanted to sell an island, and I thought he was kidding.
It's not a joke. This 8.5-acre island in the middle of the Chemung River is up for sale. Located just off the Chemung exit on I-86, Andrew Christian of Smart Focus Realty was given the island to sell by a friend, something he didn't even know was possible.
I do mostly residential realty, and I do sell land occasionally, but I never even knew this was a thing.
Christian valued the land at just under $35,000. Since listing the property, he's had dozens of people inquire about buying the island, including one potential buyer from across the country.
One of the calls I answered was a fellow from Arizona asking if he could, if it's something that he could purchase and build cabins on as like an Airbnb.
Christian says he's not surprised about the buzz the island is generating and says it's a fun and unique opportunity to sell the property.
It's out there to get the attention of everyone, and we'll see how it goes.
Matt Kleindens, Big Fox, WYDC in Corning.
Corning Incorporated is facing a lawsuit for alleged sex discrimination. The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission alleges that Corning failed to promote female process assistants while grooming men for advancement. The EEOC is seeking punitive damages and back pay for the female employees involved in the case. Corning has not commented on the lawsuit. Two teenagers are alive after a daring escape from a fourth-floor apartment in New York. Video shows them climbing down a pole to escape a deadly fire Thursday. Leah Mishkin has the story.
Video captures bright orange flames inside a fourth-floor apartment. One by one, an 18-year-old girl and a 13-year-old boy are seen climbing out the window, helping each other to grab onto the pole. Smoke continues to pour out the window as sirens get closer. Below, a crowd begins to clear the area. A garbage truck is seen moving underneath the kids, the flames getting bigger. The two teenagers made their way down. Police say both suffered injuries but are in stable condition.
Scary because they could have fell.
Justin Maltika watched it all from his apartment window in the building across the way.
Me and other neighbors was just yelling for them to go to the side or climb down. Everyone was doing their best to help.
Officials say a man was found inside the apartment after the fire was extinguished. He was pronounced dead on the scene. A 46-year-old woman, officials say, was taken to the hospital and is in critical condition.
They was my neighbors. It was very nice. We talked every morning.
This resident says it was a family of 4 living in the apartment where the fire happened. The mother of 2, she believes, was at the door but couldn't get out.
So the fire police came and they had to bust the door down.
FDNY has not yet released the name of the man who died.
We're close to the holidays, and that's a traumatized for the family. It's sad for them.
This is a worst that I have seen.
My prayers go out to the family, and hopefully the kids come out okay.
As COVID cases rise again, wait times to get tested in New York City have gotten much longer. And as Jenna DeAngelis shows us, stores are having a hard time keeping self-test kits in stock.
New holiday season, same old story. Long lines and wait times at testing sites around the city. From this mobile van on the Upper West Side to another in Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
I've been going to get tested every week here for the last month and a half, 2 months, and it's been 5-minute wait at most until this week.
This time, Ezra Bennis waited an hour and a half.
And this is after coming yesterday twice and not being able to get tested here.
And at-home tests are flying off store shelves. The pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy says they're in such high demand, he could only order a dozen.
All 12 came in this morning, and all 12 are sold out.
Just infuriating that almost 2 years into this pandemic, it's still so hard to get a test.
City Council member Mark Levine, chair of the Committee on Health, has been fighting for the supply to meet the demand.
The city and the state and the federal government need to use their purchasing power to buy millions of rapid self-tests that can then be distributed in places like libraries and also can be mailed upon request to people's homes.
To start, the city will distribute 500,000 at-home tests through community-based organizations. It's part of a plan announced by the city Thursday, which includes increasing testing capacity.
New fixed sites for testing, and we will be expanding hours and capacity at many of our existing sites.
If you come to one of our test and trace core brick and mortar sites and there's a line, we're going to arm that site with home tests.
This is all in response to a massive spike. The city says the 7-day average for new cases has tripled in the last month.
I think we need to continue protecting each other, and getting vaccinated and getting tested is really important.
And the vaccine is a gift that is available to all this holiday season.
Schools across the country, including in New York and Pennsylvania, are responding to threats posted on a particular app often used by students. At least 6 states are strengthening security measures at schools following postings on the popular app TikTok. The posts indicated possible school violence near the end of the year, including shootings and bomb threats. The threats followed the Oxford Township, Michigan school shootings November 30th, where 4 students were killed. Local police presence will be part of added security in Arizona, Connecticut, Illinois, Montana, New York, and Pennsylvania. A masterclass series will offer lessons from former presidents. Bill Clinton is teaching a masterclass on inclusive leadership, drawing on his long career in politics and 8 years in the White House to teach participants how to negotiate, mediate, and work with people they don't agree with. It launched Thursday and is made up of 14 video lessons totaling 2 hours and 32 minutes. The class is part of the Masterclass Presents the White House series. It includes a class from former First Lady and Senator Hillary Clinton on the power of resilience. In it, she shares what would have been her 2016 presidential victory speech. Former President George Bush and Laura Bush also have planned masterclass classes in which they, quote, share lessons in principled decision-making from their years in public service. Well, how would you feel about a 3-day weekend every week? That dream could become a reality if this new congressional bill passes. Progressives in Congress hope to bring a 4-day work week to the states, according to reports. This group of lawmakers is proposing the 32-Hour Workweek Act, which would reduce the normal 40-hour week by 1 whole day. Supporters of the bill say it would help employees who have been forced to put in longer and harder hours while their income stays the same. Other countries are reportedly testing out that notion. A 4-day work week in Iceland has shown beneficial, with workers reporting less burnout and more positivity. Coming up next, meteorologist Kim Walker is talking about big changes in your Big Fox forecast. And coming up later, it's not just people left homeless by last week's tornadoes. The efforts to rescue and rehouse animals in Kentucky coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Tonight's Big Fox forecast is brought to you by William Mattar. Good evening, everyone. A significant drop in our temperatures today. Yesterday, we actually broke a record high. Today, not so. It's back to wintertime weather. Temperatures about 11 degrees cooler in Corning, 12 in Elmira, around 16 degrees cooler in Hornell, and around 10 degrees cooler in Mansfield. So we are going to continue on that downward spiral as far as our temperatures are concerned. And we also have an approaching system that will bring the possibility of an icy mix early tomorrow morning, which could switch over to rain as temperatures will be above freezing in the late morning into the early afternoon, but then possibly switching back to snow as the temperatures will be dropping in the evening hours. So here's a look at what you can expect. Cold colder air for your Saturday. Again, we could have an icy mix of freezing rain and sleet early in the day. I'm expecting accumulations to be less than an inch, and then that will be switching over to rain. And I think snow could be possible by Saturday night into early Sunday, but I think during the day on Sunday, it will be mainly cloudy and the snow should have already moved away. But then early next week, it will stay cold. In fact, I think Sunday is going to be quite cold with temperature readings in many locations below freezing. So we have this jet stream that will dig to the south, and that's going to drain that Arctic air right over our area, and so it is going to be pretty chilly as we start off the week. Our dew points will also be dropping. It's dry out there now, but it's going to get even drier with dew points in the teens. That's a really, really dry winter air as we head into early next week, so you're going to have to slap on the lotion again, unfortunately. For tonight, clouds will continue to increase, and then the storm system approaches from the south and the west. Notice the purple and the fuchsia colored on our radar. That's an indication of sleet and also some freezing rain that will be moving through our area. And it looks like it lasts us through about your lunchtime and then switching over to a mix of rain and possibly snow by the latter part of the afternoon into the evening hours. So it looks like as those temperatures warm up, it will be mainly in the form of rain and then switching back to snow possibly in the overnight hours as we are going to dive down to below freezing. Here's a look at your forecast. Right at freezing tonight in Corning at 32 degrees, below freezing in Elmira at 30. As we head into tomorrow, we are expecting temperatures to be above freezing, especially in the early afternoon. 40 degrees in Corning, 39 degrees in Elmira, and around 36 degrees in Wayland. Our 7-day forecast calls for much colder air on Sunday with a high around 33 degrees, and it will be breezy, so it's going to make those temperatures feel so much colder. Snow chances will return by the middle of next week.
Natural disasters, well, we know they can tear families apart, and for those with pets, the chaos can cause owners to be separated from their furry companions. Ashley Strohmeyer has a look at the ongoing efforts to rescue pets lost during this weekend's deadly tornadoes in the heartland.
It's a matter of life or death for countless pets in Kentucky after this weekend's string of deadly tornadoes swept through the Bluegrass State and 5 others, demolishing entire neighborhoods and displacing people and their animals.
Right now, it's get these animals out, get them to safety, get what vet care they need, and get them reunited with their families.
Members of the Humane Society are in Mayfield, Kentucky, one of the hardest hit areas, rummaging through piles of debris in search of pets lost or abandoned during the storms. And for crews, it's a race against time to safely capture these critters.
What they're going to end up doing is just bulldozing this place, and cats are hiding in the eaves, they are under the porches.
But rescuing the animals is a tricky task. Experts say many are traumatized from the tornadoes and are skittish of people, and luring them with food sometimes doesn't work because some are too scared to eat.
I think probably need to do a little trapping is the only way to catch him.
Any animal that's found will be brought to shelters where they will be treated. Officials hope their owners will come looking for them there. Owners like Bill Kinney, who was just reunited with his pup after he disappeared during the chaos.
I missed my boy. He's like my sidekick.
Regardless of where you live, experts say if you have pets, you need to be prepared for any potential disaster. They recommend having an emergency kit with food and water and say to make sure to have your pet properly tagged in case they get lost.
If you love using Bluetooth wireless for lots of convenient device use, it could create a security risk for you. Experts and cybersecurity sites say the more high-profile you are, the greater your chances of data risk with Bluetooth. Attacker schemes such as blue snarfing, stealing text messages, contact lists, and photos, well, they're spreading. One cybersecurity site says even headphones and fitness trackers can be hacked. While experts say 99% of people are safe with it, your profile using Bluetooth affects your vulnerability. Pope Francis celebrated his 85th birthday Friday, a milestone birthday as the last pope to have lived longer was Leo XIII over a century ago. His Holiness is not slowing down either as he recently got back from a trip abroad with stops in Cyprus and Greece. We'll take a look at this. In Colorado, video shows tumbleweeds, a lot of them, rolling and hopping through a residential area. A severe windstorm caused power outages in 4 states, with some gusts reaching 100 miles per hour across parts of the Great Plains and upper Midwest. And those winds that knocked out power in places also sent swarms of tumbleweeds rambling through Pueblo, Colorado. Well, you've got to move fast to get your packages delivered on time for Christmas. Casey Stegall is in Dallas with the details.
The holiday shipping crunch is on. Friday is the last day to ship your packages and letters by first-class mail and have them arrive by Christmas. It is the busiest time of year for the U.S. Post Office, which has hired lots of extra seasonal workers to move a vast amount of parcels. UPS taking on 100,000 extra employees. For the shipping giant, along with FedEx, ground shipping is no longer an option to get your packages delivered in time for Christmas. That deadline was on Wednesday. Now you'll be paying premium prices for expedited and overnight shipping to get an item delivered by December 24th. Still, there are no guarantees even if you do meet the shipping deadlines. That is due to the supply chain crisis. Business owners like this nut farmer in California are having trouble even getting products out.
We are shipping right now less than half of what we should be shipping and could be shipping this time of the year, simply because there's not equipment available.
With online sales hitting records and backlogs at major shipping ports, experts say the systems are getting a major test. So the best advice, get your packages in sooner rather than later and check with individual retailers and the shipping carriers, as supplies and deliveries vary wildly by company. You can also call retailers to learn more about their shipping status and sign up for alerts so you can track your packages. The National Retail Federation predicts that 2021 holiday retail sales will reach an all-time record.
FedEx shows off the delivery of the first of their electric light commercial vehicles. These are the first 5 of an order of 500 electric vehicles from GM's BrightDrop. FedEx is the first customer to receive the EV600 with BrightDrop, delivering the fastest built car from concept to market in General Motors history. The introduction of BrightDrop's all-electric, zero tailpipe emissions vehicles into the FedEx fleet is an important step in the company's goal to take its global operations carbon neutral by 2040. They will begin delivering packages in California in early next year. A federal judge tossing a settlement between OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma and the family that owns the drug maker. The judge ruling the more than $4 billion settlement that gave members of the Sackler family protection against civil litigation is not permitted under the bankruptcy code. The decision now raising questions about the future of the company and its owners, who are accused of fueling the nation's opioid crisis. A dog attack is captured on a Ring doorbell camera, along with a Good Samaritan who came to the rescue. Lauren Martinez has the story from Las Vegas.
Captured on this doorbell camera, Lauren Ray called over a dog after she saw it unaccompanied standing in the street. But when the family's small dog Max came out, a dog fight ensued.
Well, my first thought was save the dog. You know, family pet. I would have let the dog bite me for all I care. I just wanted him to be safe because he's so small compared to a pit bull. He didn't stand a chance.
Lauren Ray's father is a real estate agent, and he was about to show a home when he got a notification on his Ring camera and then saw the entire thing unfold.
You know, as a dad, you're in panic mode. I'm a half an hour away from the house. I'm literally, it's like I'm watching a football game and screaming at it. I'm like, get in the house, get in the house.
Lauren held Max in her arms, swatting the dog away, but none of it was working until an Amazon delivery truck driver comes rushing in to her rescue, literally stepping in, putting herself in front of the aggressive dog. She told Lauren to get into the house.
I would have been lost without any help. I had no clue what I was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to get hurt, and someone risking, their life like that is a really big thing, and it means a lot to me.
Meanwhile, Lauren's dad was rooting for this neighborhood hero in real time.
I was cheering like, yo, get in. And she got in. I was like, yes, all right, here we go. Slides in like Wonder Woman, and shoos the dog off, gives her enough of a break, and yells at her to get in the house. And they got in the house, and everything was okay after that.
And the Amazon driver had some choice words for the dog.
Tonight we want to leave you with a smile. The holidays, family, merriment, and all of those Yuletide traditions, such as the tradition of really ugly sweaters. Now, love them or hate them, they're here for the holidays every year. Christmas may not be until the 25th, but National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day is here on Friday, December 17th. It is observed every year on the third Friday of December. Since 2011, the day has become a tradition of its own. And in recent years, National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day has expanded and is now celebrated around the world.